Hello guys, I hope my voice is clearly audible and I hope so you all are doing great and your preparations are going in full swing. Okay, so in this video I will be just discussing my IBS strategy because recently my certified copies of IBS, that is paper 6 of CAfinal, arrived. Okay, so based on what I have analyzed on both sides, that on MCQs as well as descriptive questions, so I will be sharing few tips in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, so starting with the what are my marks, because obviously people watch after seeing the marks that you have gotten. Okay, so in the MCQ portion there was like 40 marks MCQs come in this IBS exam, so I scored around 38 by 40 marks. Okay, so just one MCQ got wrong. I didn't check actually where it got wrong, but yeah, only one MCQ was wrong, so I got like 19 MCQs, you can say, correct. Okay, so the marks is 38 in the MCQs, and in the descriptive I got very less mark, like 30 only out of the maybe because I attempted only 85 marks paper. Okay, so that was big mistake that I am going to share, like where did I go wrong. But obviously the other MCQ portion and the descriptive portion that I have attempted, it went well, so that's why I was able to score good marks, and only because of IBS I was able to clear my group 2. Okay, so because if you see, I haven't uploaded a mark sheet anywhere else. Okay, so but I am just telling my scores. Okay, in the group 2 I scored like 42 and 43 in DT and IDT, and in the IBS I scored 68. So mainly because of IBS I could clear my group 2, like because one group is gone now, like the half tension is gone, like only group 1 is left. Obviously I had like lack of practical, like lack of the written practice, and because of that I couldn't even clear the group 1 in this easiest attempt, you can say. Okay, obviously whosoever has attempted in May-24 would agree with, like, this was the easiest attempt and the passing percentage was the highest of all. Okay, as compared to other attempts and as compared to the CA foundation as well. So let's start with the like why descriptive I got so less. Okay, so in the descriptive the main mistake I did was, like, I spent so much time on the questions of which I was getting like the answer in my head, like I was able to search there and get the answer. So the main mistake was that I overspent time on few questions, like in the 4 marks 6 marks questions, because in the IBS there are total 5 case studies. Okay, so you have to just attempt 4 case studies. Okay, but what I did wrong firstly was that I chose the 5th case study as the starting point. Okay, I started from the fifth case study. I don't know why my mind clicked in that case study, and I just took that case study and started, and it took me around 1.5 hours to solve that case study, and more than even that, because I could like find the topic from where the answer belongs, and I just kept on writing whatever I found it. So that was a big mistake that I would suggest that you don't do. Maybe because I remember the question was from law, and I don't remember the topic. Okay, and like there was some penalties and the provision was also required to be explained. And the second question that I overspent time was from DT and IDT mixed question. If you see the case study 5 of May-24 paper, okay, try to solve that the whole examination in the, like the as a mock. Okay, in when your preparations are done, or even if your preparations are not done, just try to solve that mock. Okay, because in the IBS no preparation is required, just you have to keep the books in front of you, inside of you. Okay, and just start solving the whole examination, because the IBS, yeah, this was the first mistake that I did. Okay, second was that I in the some questions I was requiring the ICA material, because for the DT so there was so many material, like there was 4 book set, and that was so heavy, so I didn't take that, and I only took the BB sir book. Okay, so in that I just realized in the like assessment chapter there was question around rectification of the topic rectification 154, and I don't remember the other section. Okay, so the question was around that topic, and what I realized that I didn't take the ICA material, so I wasn't able to find the whole detailed answer in that BBC book. Okay, because obviously that is a summary book, and that doesn't include the whole bare sections. Okay, for that you have to buy his regular lectures, but I didn't go. I took his fast track batch, so I had the summary book only. Okay, so but my friend was also in the class. Okay, so she had also had like the for DT module, it's with her, but I just left the space in my answer sheet, so that in case I get time in the end I will borrow the book from her, so and I will write the answer once I find through the sections. Okay, but that didn't go well, because as I told earlier, that I overspent time on few questions. Okay, because that's why the time didn't come, like I wasn't left with any extra time where I could ponder over the mistakes I did in my earlier questions, so that that pages were left empty because I couldn't attempt it. Okay, So there's, yeah, and now coming to the MCQ portion, like how did I score so well in the MCQ? Like 38 by 40 is a good score, okay? So even like it is a ranker kind of score. Okay, so I shouldn't call myself a ranker, like, because obviously I'm not near to them, okay? Because I could only clear group 1, okay? Sorry for that. So I went through a way, okay? So the MCQ portion was that, like, once I like took in the mind, like, I have to solve all the MCQs first, and then I will move on to descriptive question. But first, what I did was, like, first I solved the case study 5 that I started in the early in the beginning itself, okay? So after that I took the MCQ portion. So I spent like around, I remember, 1 hour or so in the MCQ portion. So I solved all the 20 MCQs in that time, okay? And I made sure that all the MCQs that I am taking in the OMR are the ones that I am like exactly finding out in the through the books, or through the like MCQs in the test your knowledge portion of the ICA material, okay? Yeah, this is very like important tip, that you can also check the MCQ that I already asked by ICA in the test your knowledge portion in the ICA material itself, like for law and cost mainly, okay? Because ICA can basically repeat them in the case study itself in the exam, okay? So for that, the pro tip is that you read the ICA material earlier. Obviously, before May 24 examination, SPOM examination self-paced modules weren't released, so we didn't know anything about law or cost, because for me law and costing was a like new subjects on altogether in the IBS examination, because I haven't studied them. But what I did was, like, I studied them law or costing, like in the summary format with my friends over the call, like the day before exam of the IBS, and I just got the overall idea of whatever topics are in the law and costing, and I take through the index, okay? So that the index looks somewhat similar, like when you write or take something in the book, and you just have to read it again, then if that something is like highlighted, then it gets easier to like get the glimpse of the whole thing, okay? So I just did this thing one day before the IBS exam, but this thing doesn't need to be repeated, because obviously self-paced modules are now here, and people are now studying costing and law, and they obviously know little bit before the IBS examination. So that's more than enough as per me. So that's very good to score like around full marks in the law and costing in the IBS examination, okay? Okay, so this was the tip for MCQ. Like, I spent so much time, and yeah, I just searched thoroughly for them, because I didn't want to lose marks on the MCQ portion, okay? So this was the MCQ and descriptive portion analysis, okay? So next is that, yeah, I also practiced one IBS mock, like in the April month, I remember, okay? Like also I I did the YouTube live on that. I was listed. Yeah, you can see that on my YouTube. There might be thumbnail where I solved IBS mock in the YouTube live itself, okay? So next is that, yeah, take proper index of all the subjects that you are, of all the books that you are taking, okay? Because that is important, that will help you save time in the exam, okay? For example, if you get the question, if for AFM or audit or whatever question you get, if you have the index, and the most important thing is that you must go through the index way before going into directly in the examinations. Because if you don't know what is written in the index, what is written where in the index, then what is the benefit of taking the index? That's why that didn't help me much, because it helped me in the AFM, and I remember in the DT, and maybe in the law and costing, okay? But in the other subjects, the index didn't help me much, because I haven't gone through the index earlier, okay? But my suggestion is that before going into the examination directly, you must know what is written in the index, at what point like, it should be like the image of the page should be printed in your brain. Like, once you see the question, and your brain should click that, yeah, I have read this question somewhere, and yeah, if I search, like spend 1 or 2 minutes, I will get the answer. I will find that answer, and just I will copy paste and change the figures, okay? If it is a practical question, and if it is theory question, then directly copy paste, okay? Because that happened, like my friend told me that audit questions like that I couldn't found, that I also left, like, because I didn't have time to search them much, because I overspent time, okay? Sorry for this repetition, okay? So yeah, my friend told that audit questions were directly from the test your knowledge portion of the ICI, and even I have taken the index, but the mistake I did was that I haven't gone through the index, and I didn't study questions from the ICA module itself. I just instead studied them from some question bank itself, okay? So that's like the I didn't find them. So that was a big mistake from my side. But I would suggest that you go through the index that you are taking. Otherwise, no benefit of taking the index. Okay. So next is that you can attempt this IBS exam very easily, even if you have cleared some of the subjects earlier. Like some people have cleared group 1 or group 2, maybe group 1 maybe 1 or 2 years or 3 or 5 years back. Okay. So how could they attempt IBS in this if they want to clear CA right now? Okay. So the simple tip is that you just take the books of the group 1, okay, if you have cleared earlier, or some subjects that you have cleared earlier, because in IBS all the 7 subjects are asked, so you have to get the whole overall idea of all the subjects. Okay, so you just do one thing: take the books of that subject that you have studied earlier, and watch the revision videos. Basically, like, get the overall idea of what chapter talks about and what is the basic logic. Don't even get to the logics, just get the understanding of the topic, whatever topics are there. Don't even watch the revision video, just do it. You're do self-study kind of thing. Okay, just get through the whole of the topics of the index. That is also you can only search the ICA index itself for the subject you have studied earlier. Just get the basic understanding of the ICA index itself. Okay, so once you do that, then what you do, once you do this thing of index searching and index overview thing, then you just go through the ICA questions that are given in those subjects. So for example, say if you have studied FR like 2 years back and you don't remember anything about that, then what you do, take the FR ICA books, okay, or any faculties. You can say Akash Kandoi sir, because that is wholesome coverage of the questions. I also took that in the IBS and it very much helped me in the exam. Okay, I will just tell it further. Okay, so you just take the questions, okay, and just start overviewing the questions. Okay, just get an idea or what this question is all about, and what is the answer given in the question, and just the main thing is to get the overview of what the questions are all about, because that thing was very helpful in the IBS exam itself. Okay, when I was attempting the FR questions, I remember right now that there were two India's 115 and India's 116 questions that I totally didn't know, because I hadn't practiced FR much. That's why I scored only 31 in the group 1, okay, in the FR. Okay, so but I didn't remember the index from which the question belongs to. Okay, once I saw the question in the IBS exam. Okay, so what I did was I opened the Akash Kundai sir question bank. Okay, and I just hovered the questions that are given in the question bank. Okay, because I remembered that this question I have seen in the question bank. So if I have seen the question, so once I find it, I will just change you can see the numerical, I will just change the numbers and just copy paste the answer in my answer sheet, and I just did this 100%. Okay, so this because of this tip you can say, I was able to score full marks, 5 by 5 marks, 6 by 6 marks in the FR question in the IBS examination, because I just copy pasted, changed the figures, and just ended my questions. Okay, and same go for AFM or audit if you have studied them earlier. Okay, so next is that next is nothing. How just I have to give an overall pro tip that give your best shot in the IBS examination, because this can be a deal breaker for your group 1 and group, or maybe both groups, because this is a very scoring subject. I could just score only 68 because I did mistakes that I overspent time. I wasn't able to search very easily for some questions. Okay, because I hadn't gone through the index way before that exam. Okay, so just avoid these mistakes and go with the full preparations with the tips that I had given in this video. Okay, because IBS can be a deal breaker. If I had scored 88, I would have felt very good, but that wouldn't make me any difference, because my group 1 score was low, so that wouldn't make any difference. But if you score well, that it couldn't make you pass in the both groups. Okay, and obviously my group 2 cleared because of IBS only. Okay, so just take these tips in the mind. Okay, and be open-minded while solving the exam. Don't panic anything. Okay, just take all the books that you have studied. Only take books that you have studied. Don't take anything that you haven't touched earlier even once. Okay, because that will be a waste of your storage, and you will have to take the heavy bags with you. Okay, so okay guys, stay tuned for the certified copies analysis. I will try to cover them. Okay, so all the best and stay blessed. Okay, and subscribe to our channel and like the video, or share with your friends if you find anything helpful, and comment down if you need video anything else. Okay, so bye guys.